Previously on As the Watchtower Turns.
You know, Joe, the contractor I've been doing accounts for all these years, and he agreed to start a study.
If I had it my way, I'd take those guys and I'd give them what they deserve.
She just needs to come work for my company. Then she'll be successful.
You need more money.
Well, Brian, I'm worried. I might have to quit pioneering until I settle into work and stuff, but just for a while, until we're financially more stable.
Gloria, we have enough.
We already have our own religion and traditions. They're part of who we are.
This again?
She's my mom. I have to listen to her. I owe it to her.
Okay, but she didn't know Jehovah. We do. Shouldn't we be encouraging our girls to serve him full time?
Why can't they do both? I made up my mind to make a lot of money so no one would ever see me borrow clothes. And you're not going to borrow it either.
I'm curious. Who knows what I could learn from all of this?
Huh? I'm starting school tomorrow. Mom, can you please speak to Uncle for me about working for his real estate company?
Now you talk like a good daughter.
Can I get your name and where you're from, if you don't mind?
I'm Kai.
Kai, can I get spelling for you?
Straight out of Dogtown, K-A-I.
Hola Chula! Thank you so much for clicking onto this video. And if you are new here, well then, hi, hello. My name is Kai. And if you're coming back to my channel, well then, it's great to see you, babe. Here on my channel, I like to share my experience as a person who has left the Jehovah's Witnesses organization and what it was like to grow up in a high-control Christian cult. Don't forget to hit that like button and please consider subscribing to this channel for more content just like this. As we saw in part 1, Gloria, our main character, is seeking a more affluent lifestyle, but she has been bound to her circumstances by her Jehovah's Witness family, who thinks that it's improper for her to have those worldly desires and instead she should focus on what she does have and continue to exert herself for the organization. So we're gonna jump into part 2 and see what happens next. If you haven't watched part 1, then you need to go and do that first. I know a lot of you went and watched part 2 of The Prodigal Son without watching part 1, and that confuses the hell out of me. How did you know what was going? Go watch part 1 and then come back. This video will be here when you get back. Sorry, that was so aggressive.
Brian, this dog is going so well. You gotta join us.
Thanks for thinking of me, Henry, but I can't accept it.
Brian, these days, we've got to risk money to make money. Don't you understand that?
Even if there weren't any risk involved, I can't accept a job offer that's gonna take so much of my time and money.
Brian, I don't get it. All you have to do is sacrifice a little time for a couple of years, and you'd have all the money you need.
Henry, I hope it works out for you, okay? But I can't accept, all right? Just say hi to Jennifer for me, okay? All right, bye.
Who's that? Your client?
That was just your brother. He wants to get me involved in one of his investment businesses, but I don't have time or money for that.
Well, I think we need to invest our money into something more secure, like real estate. And we need to move across the town where we can network with more influential people.
Is this your mom's idea? Because we can't afford this. We're already too much in debt.
Well, look, we can mortgage this place and then rent it out. We're not taking full advantage of this opportunity.
We need to put the kingdom first.
I am putting kingdom first, but this is the time to think about our future. How many working years do we have left anyway?
Why are you all dressed up like this? Are you going on service?
I'm going to real estate classes.
What? We didn't talk about this. Why?
If you made more money, I wouldn't have to.
Gloria! Oh my god, she woke up and she chose violence. I love it. In part 1, we saw Gloria tell her mom that she was going to start taking real estate classes. You can see that she had the flyer. So yeah, she's actually going to take a step forward in doing that. And I think that because they have a family, it makes a lot of sense why Gloria feels the way she feels. She wants to be able to set her kids up for their future. But when you're a Jehovah's Witness, the future just means waiting for the paradise. You're always going to just be waiting for, like, you always have to be working and serving the organization to make sure that you get there. And so there really isn't a whole lot of planning for your future. I mean, like I said, I was told that I would never graduate high school. So if I hadn't taken school seriously, didn't even bother to graduate, then my situation might be a lot different. And there are a lot of Jehovah's Witnesses, especially those that were in the organization during the 60s and 70s, they can attest to saying that they put off going to school or buying a house or having children because they were convinced that the Great Tribulation was coming, like right around the corner. I think it's perfectly reasonable where Gloria is coming from. Do I agree with the notion that you have to accumulate a lot of wealth to be happy in life? No. But I think she's coming from a good place, and of course Brian can't see that. Because this is a patriarchal home, Brian feels like it was improper of Gloria to make that decision without getting his approval first. You should always include your partner in life decisions, especially if you're married and literally living with each other. But at the same time, Brian would never have told her that that was okay. And I think that she knew that, so she just did it. She's taking ownership of her own destiny, or something like that Rachel Hollis would say. And she looks so good. Can we talk about how they styled her? She actually looks so amazing. I'm kind of impressed.
Do you have cash? I need it for a taxi.
To do Ricky like that. Man's out here looking like the goddamn Chrysler logo. What the fuck? No. He does not have that chin strap in the actual movie. In the actual movie that we're watching, he does not have this chin strap. This is false. This is a false teaching. Uncle. They didn't even bother to give him a name. They're literally just calling him Uncle.
How you doing?
Good.
What a day.
Hey, dinner's gonna be ready soon, so go wash up, okay?
Oh, all right, yeah. Hey, guys, you wanna wrap this game up? Let's get ready for dinner.
Joe and Mary sound like they've had the life sucked out of them. Like, in the first part, when Joe was entering his house, it seemed a lot more light, a lot livelier, and the way that he interacted with his family just seemed a lot more boisterous. I don't know, it just seems like they've taken the intensity level down, and I don't know, it's really something that I'm just pointing out.
Hey! What did I just say? Put this furniture back and get ready for dinner!
I spoke too soon. I did not know that that was going to happen.
Something important we gotta talk about tonight.
Oh, that's never good.
So, what did you want to talk about that was so important?
Alright, okay. Look, I've decided something. I decided that I want us all to start studying the Bible together.
What? You mean you want to become a priest?
Come on, Rick.
It's Jehovah's Witnesses, isn't it, Dad? I borrowed your book. I liked it.
Well, I think it's a good idea. You know, I really like those people. And it seems to be helping you, Joe. You seem so much happier.
Yeah. No, yeah, I am. So, like I said, that's what I decided. But I really want us all to be in on this together. Alright, so what do you say, boys?
Sure, Dad.
Rick.
No, Ricky, no.
Rick.
Oh, God. It's like a horror movie. Your kids have probably been Catholic their whole life, have this whole conception and understanding of God already. And then you come home one day and you totally unravel that. It doesn't feel based in reality, even though I know that it's obviously happened. But it just seems surreal. like one time, you have one study with these people who clearly came in, and even by the way that they were talking, you could tell that they were trying to sell you. They might as well have been trying to sell you a timeshare. So she just sold a house to 2 models from Old Navy, and I love that. She seems to be doing very well, and that's impressive, especially since it is a new field for her. She's just barely become a real estate agent, and she's already killing the motherfucking game. Go Gloria!
Gloria? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Gloria, what is all of this?
Some new things that I pick up today. I made my first sale today. Aren't you happy?
Yeah, that's great. We need the extra income, but it looks like you spent it already.
Yeah, it's just a few things. Uncle told me that I have to look professional to work for him. If I'm going to move up and attract the right type of upscale client, I have to look the part, you know?
But Gloria, I thought you were doing this just to get a little extra income for our necessities. How much time are you planning to spend on this?
As much as it takes.
We already have a very full schedule with our spiritual routine. We have to make sacrifices for what's most important in life. You know that. This new job, I'm worried. It may mean sacrificing time we should be spending on spiritual things. What about your pioneering?
What about it? I can do both.
You tell him, girl. Brian is brainwashed to believe that the only worthy endeavor in life is to serve the 𝗬𝗏 Publishing Company. He probably grew up believing that, and in his mind, his wife is literally teetering on the edge of destruction. She's literally about to lose her everlasting life. And to him, that's very high stakes. That's why he's so worried. That's why he's so bothered that his wife can go out and buy all these nice things for herself. She's worked very hard to buy those nice things, and she's absolutely right. When you're working in a business like that, you do have to dress a certain way. Do I necessarily agree with that? No, but it's true. That's true of many industries. Cost-benefit analysis, I'm always gonna go and get that bag. And that is a gorgeous bag. Ay, ay, ay. No, Joe, no. You know that they're invested when they start wearing the tie. Damn.
Here you go, Joe. First door.
Okay.
Joe.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Oh, you people again? Look, don't you have real jobs? I have a real job and you keep waking me up, okay?
I'm sorry, Frank. Forgive us. We didn't mean to upset you, man.
I didn't even recognize you, man. How you doing, Joe, man?
Hey, how you doing,
Sorry.
Frank?
I'm good. It's been a while.
God, it has. We used to work together back in the day.
When was the last time we saw each other?
I think it was that time we were hauling that lumber.
Oh, when we were loading it and then it all fell over in the street.
Over the street.
It took us forever to clean it up.
Forever. It was terrible.
What you should have saw was how mad this guy got. He was so mad, man, you almost see the fumes coming out his ears.
Yeah. That was the old Joe, Frank.
Looks like I got a new Joe here, though. You all dressed up.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
What brings you by?
Well, actually, we have some good news we'd like to share with you.
Good news, huh? Okay, I like good news. Well, why don't you come on in? I'll get some beers and we can talk about this good news.
Okay, but no thanks on the beers this morning.
Oh, okay. Well, come on in anyway.
Okay.
Presumably very early in the morning. Oh, it's just like Brian said. He said that Joe needed to shed his personality in order to pick up this new personality. Do I think that it's great that, somebody who obviously has anger issues learns how to quell that and then is able to have a better life? That's great, but I just wish that it didn't take him literally joining a cult to be able to do that.
Mom, this place is so big and fancy. I could make so much money if I closed this deal today. Uncle would be so proud.
Oh, that's my little Gloria.
Close up on her pearls. Which I think is really hypocritical given how many times we have seen governing body members really get up in front of everyone wearing their big ass rings and those like little tie clips and their cufflinks and having a brand new Armani suit. Like, don't get up there and tell people that they shouldn't be materialistic when you're obviously not even following your own advice and you have bad taste.
You make me so proud now. I'll tell all my relatives what a big, important realtor my daughter is. What about Anna? Did she accept the internship with your cousin's business? You know how hard I worked to set it up.
I know, Mom. Thank you so much for everything. She starts next week.
You make me so happy.
There's something else. If I make the sale today, I'll have enough to make down payment on the bigger apartment that I told you about, the one on the east side.
The fancy one your uncle's firm owns?
Yes, that one.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
I know, me too. I can't wait to tell everybody. Mom, I think my clients are here. I gotta go. Hello, come on in. Good to see you guys. The color contrast is very nice and the flow seating too. It's living here.
I think Gloria has a very natural charisma to her, and I honestly think she's a way better actress than really anyone in The Prodigal Returns. It's obvious why she's a great real estate agent, and I feel like any other normal husband would be so proud if their wife was literally able just to pick up one day, go get her real estate license, and then really start making big money. I understand that Brian is brainwashed, but it's also giving beta.
So here's the contract. Please sign at the bottom of the page.
It is a nice house.
Congratulations. Thank you. It's all yours. Thank you.
Wow. Yes! This is so weird. So weird. First of all, he needed to shave it, but not because he was being influenced by the witnesses. They have this weird idea that you can't have facial hair, or that having facial hair makes you worldly, or it's like a symptom of the world and it's unclean or something. And there is evidence to suggest that one of their leaders couldn't grow facial hair, and therefore he was just like super jealous about it, and that's why they can't have facial hair. I would like to believe that that's actually what it is, because I don't necessarily know what biblical reasoning there could be behind it, and it's hilarious when they make these like biblical dramas and everyone has a beard. And they're not like real beards, they're literally like the fake theater beard. Like, that's so stupid to me. I've seen this happen in real life too, where a person comes into the congregation, there's somebody's study, and you really do see them change so much over time. And it kind of makes me sad that I used to view that as a good thing. But now I just see it as like a total resignation of your identity in favor of this fake plastic identity. It's like a car crash. No, not all of them on the same day.
Joe,
Hey.
Mary, hi boys, congratulations.
Thanks, Brother Williams. Thanks so much. And I'm really proud of them all.
Yeah, so am I.
Yeah.
Well, how have you been?
You know, we've been good. It's like Jesus said, we always have enough to pay the bills, and sometimes even a little extra.
I think it's a little interesting to juxtapose the way that Brother Williams was speaking to Joe and Mary when he first met them. He didn't seem totally invested in the conversation that they were trying to have with them. It's obvious that he is a warm and caring person, but he couldn't extend that to them because they weren't in yet. And now that they are in, he's very willing to give that to them. If you were that way, if you felt compelled to be that way, then you would be that way with every person that you meet, regardless of what they believe, if they believe differently than you. And Yeah, it's just fake.
Thank you
so happy for you.
Yeah, but hey, I know it's just the beginning.
Really? So what's next?
Actually, I want to learn sign language.
That's very impressive. You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Tina, over here. What are you doing?
I was just congratulating Ricky.
Hi, Tina. Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Brother Williams.
How are you?
Good. I love to talk to you, but I have an appointment. I gotta go.
Oh.
Talk to you later, okay?
Oh, okay. Brian, where's Gloria going? Is she okay?
You don't need to know. You don't need to know. That is none of your business where she is going. She's not your wife. She doesn't owe you a damn thing.
She had to leave. Gloria's gonna catch the rest of the assembly next week.
Not going to your assigned convention is somehow a sign of being spiritually weak. And these conventions are a big deal to people. They will literally up and quit their job just to be able to go to these 3-day-long conventions. And it's praised. You're praised for doing that. They hold these people on high because they're willing to risk their worldly life in pursuit of their spiritual life. Ugh.
We needed the extra money. You know, we moved into a better place over on the east side of town, and well, I'm working a little bit more too. I'm just trying to make her happy. I've thought it all through. We've prayed about it, and we've asked for Jehovah to bless this decision.
Now, you know, Brian, Jehovah God cannot bless a decision if it is not in harmony with his will.
That was so painful. No decision is your own. You've got to make sure that your decision is socially acceptable, that it's painting you into being spiritually strong. You always have to maintain that image. It doesn't even have to be real, but as long as it looks like it's real, well, then that's good enough. So much of your life as a witness is focused around, what do other people think about me? What is my image to everyone else? And they do put it in your mind a lot, that you need to be conscious of that. Even when we looked at the Bethel dress and grooming guidelines, it was obvious that they wanted women especially to be hyper aware of the image that they present to other people, as if that's your responsibility how other people see you. That's just a really difficult way to live your life. If you're constantly worried about how people see you and you're always comparing yourself to everyone around you, then that doesn't necessarily foster an environment where you can come to love yourself, come to appreciate things about yourself. I mean, I say this as a person who's never been able to do this because I can't. It's really difficult for me to say positive things about myself without feeling that I'm being arrogant or narcissistic. I think it's because I endured 18 years of being told that I need to be so self-conscious about how I dress, how I talk, what I do, what I think, who I like, what I like. Because you're constantly judged and you're constantly told that you are a reflection of Jehovah, and that if you're doing wrong things, then you're bringing reproach upon Jehovah's name. And at the end of the day, it's all about an image and not about your relationship with God.
What can I do now?
Do all you can to protect your family spiritually and to save your girls.
From what? Save them from what? From growing up and having a successful life? From growing up and having a comfortable life? It's not wrong for Gloria as their mother to want to make sure that they are able to provide for themselves. If anything, she's doing these girls a service. She's making sure that they don't need to rely on some slug of a man like Brian who can't accept that his wife is successful, more successful than him.
It seems like it's been a while since we've been able to talk like this.
Oh, it has been.
If you're not busy, would you be able to come over and join us for dinner tomorrow night?
You know, I would love to do that.
Hey, Mom. Can I help with anything?
That is a nice
Can you put the lemons in the water?
Brother Williams is going to be here any minute, okay?
And Anna and her friend from the North congregation is supposed to come too, right?
Yep, that's the plan.
I'll get it.
Thank you, Tina.
Hey, Brother Williams.
Hi, Tina.
Come on in.
How are you?
Good.
It's good to see you.
Brother Williams, you made it. Thanks for coming over.
Thanks for the invitation. Very nice.
Welcome.
Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Brother Williams.
I think I get lost in this big apartment.
Well, Jehovah blessed us for our hard work.
Hard work. Hard work isn't hard work unless it was done in service for the Watchtower organization. That was really condescending. Don't come into my house, my brand new luxury apartment, and condescend to me. That woman did work hard for this apartment. I mean, you can't take that away from her. And that, oh my God, that made me so irritated.
You know, the other day in field service, we passed by your old house. I like that place. I remember our nice visits there.
I do too. That was a great place.
That is so manipulative. That is so manipulative and unnecessary and passive-aggressive.
Tina, do you want to show Brother Williams around while I finish the coffee?
Oh, okay, come on in.
Brother Williams likes the old place.
Seems like he likes here too.
It all seems very nice. What do you think of this place, Tina?
Well, honestly, I wish we never left the other place.
Really? Why do you feel that way?
Everything's so different here.
You know, I understand. I was about your age when we moved into a new neighborhood, and it can certainly be challenging. But you know what might help? Maybe set a new goal.
Well, I was thinking of learning a new language.
Really? That's an excellent goal. What do you think of Ricky learning sign language?
Oh, I think it's really exciting.
I do too. You know, he is really making the truth his own. And if he keeps on applying himself, Jehovah God is gonna really bless him.
Yeah.
This is like the witness version of being a wingman, because obviously, like we noticed before, Gloria said that her daughters needed to marry someone who accepted their same standards. So now that Ricky's come so far in his spiritual journey that he's learning new languages just to be able to serve God harder, he is therefore fit to marry. Brother Williams is setting it up to Tina. And I think Tina already likes Ricky. She probably liked Ricky before, but it's only okay to date him now because he's been brainwashed the same as her.
Is Anna here?
Oh, she's with Kevin.
Kevin? Kevin who?
Kevin's one of our relatives. They work together at a pharmaceutical company. He's a pretty nice guy and from nice family too.
Tina? Are you okay?
Mm-hmm.
How do you think Anna's doing?
She's going through different things right now. We invited her friend over from the other congregation to maybe encourage her.
That's nice.
Exerting the slightest bit of independence from the group and everyone will swarm you and try to bring you back in immediately. You're not allowed to even interact slightly with the world outside of the interest of the organization, because if you do, they will do whatever it takes to make sure that you stay in. They'll call up your friends and have them convince you to stay in. And again, I think they're all a little bit self-aware to the fact that they're being held emotionally hostage, that if they ever did leave, they would lose all of the people that they love. It's like an intervention almost. It's just kind of disturbing. And I hate this covert way that he was trying to get information on Anna. Well, how do you think Anna is? Why don't you wait and ask her herself how she thinks that she's doing?
I have to commend you because you're doing so well spiritually. Keeping up with your spiritual routine, and you think about learning a new language so you can help out. Keep up the good work, don't give up. But Tina, we're not gonna give up on your sister. She has the potential of being a fine servant of Jehovah. And she has a good heart. I'm confident that in time, she's gonna make the right decision.
The right decision is always the decision that you think is best for you. So if that's not what Anna chooses, well then that was the right decision. Because she didn't want her life to be like that. We won't give up on Anna. That means they're gonna come to your job and try to pry information about you. They're gonna show up at your house unexpectedly. They're gonna call you 1 billion times. That's what not giving up means. That they will literally hunt you down and try to convince you to stay.
This looks really good, Anna. Good job.
Really? Thanks.
Hey, we're still behind schedule though, so I'm gonna have to ask you to work overtime with the rest of the team. just till we get caught up, okay?
But I can't tonight. I have a family dinner I have to go to.
Dinner? Anna, if you want to be successful, work needs to come first. Everyone else is doing it.
She's so lazy. This is the prodigal son returns, but just at a pharmaceutical company. Anna is in a profession where she does have to work overtime sometimes, and that might affect her ability to go to meetings, go out in service, or have dinner with her family. Anything that diverts your attention from serving Jehovah is bad.
Fine. I'll text my mom and tell her I can't make it.
Good. Don't worry, she'll understand.
It's not my mom I'm worried about. It's my dad. He doesn't want me working late anymore.
Fine, I'll cover for you. We're all working late anyways, so I'll give everyone a ride home and afterwards we'll step in for a few minutes and I'll explain that's all my fault. Okay?
Okay.
So, does this mean we're gonna meet those uptight parents of yours?
They're not that uptight.
I'm kidding. Lighten up.
Hey, Anna's family is pretty conservative, so just be careful what you do say.
Hey.
It's customary to take our shoes off, so.
Oh, okay. Hey, Kevin's here too. Come on in, guys. I know Kevin, but who are your friends, Anna?
Oh yeah, Mom, Dad, this is Tess and Eric. We're in the same intern program.
Nice to meet you all. Come on in and have a seat.
Come here. Anna, you missed dinner with Brother Williams tonight. And your friend from the North congregation, she came too. What happened?
Dad, I know, but we had to work late. I sent Mom a text.
Maybe this is small potatoes, but I just want to point out that now Anna is wearing makeup, where we didn't really see her wearing makeup at the beginning. If so, it was definitely a lot more subtle. This is kind of caked up for a Jehovah's Witness girl. So I just think it's a subtle characterization of her, showing that she is becoming attached to the world, or she's portraying worldly characteristics.
Anna, I was trying to do something spiritually encouraging for the family. We're worried about you, honey.
Okay, Dad, I'm sorry, but it's no big deal. It's just that the new medication we're working on, it goes to market soon. It's really important. It could save people's lives.
No big deal. Anna.
Any other parent would be so proud, over the moon, to know that their child was doing something so beneficial for the world. Not just making lots of money for themselves, but actually doing something that is going to save people's lives. And Brian thinks that it's nonsense because she had to miss a family dinner once, because she's not spending all of her life slaving away for an organization. That's one of the things that really frustrates me about how this organization stifles people, stifles their abilities, their talents. There are so many talented people working for Watchtower, and they could be incredibly successful if they weren't captive. And they're not making money. The things that they do are not being appreciated as highly as they could be. They're wasting their time, they're wasting away, wasting their talents for an absolutely thankless corporation.
You know, only God's kingdom will solve our problems.
Hearing Brian say things like this, like he just sounds so disconnected from reality.
These kids are on my team and they understand what I'm working on. The brothers don't. It's way over their heads.
Anna, don't you see they're changing you?
Would you relax? Just go talk to them.
I really wanted to apologize to both of you. It's my fault that Anna's late today. I asked the entire team to work overtime so we could get caught up on schedule. But just to let you know, she's doing really good. And we really do enjoy having her on the team.
Okay, thank you.
That doesn't mean anything to him. That does not mean anything to him. If anything, it's negative in his mind that she's doing so well at her job or her internship.
Not just that, she's working with some good people. Tess and Eric, they're some of the best up-and-coming talents we have in the field.
Your parents must be really proud of you. Well, my moms are both really proud of me. I was raised by two wonderful women. You know, life partners.
Life partners?
You know, life partners. She could have just said moms. She could have. I feel like that's what a normal person would say, but they have to beat it into your head that she was raised by two lesbians.
You know, my assistant Marty, I recently found out that he's gay.
You say that like there's something wrong with it. Do you have a problem?
You got a problem, bitch?
Tess, don't do this.
Why? There's nothing wrong with being gay.
I don't know how many people would truly go into someone else's house and then yell at them this way. You should always stand up for the LGBTQ community because, yeah, they're a marginalized group in our society, and the way Anna's talking about it, she's not quite there yet. She still thinks that there's something secretive or shameful about being gay. And should she have been corrected? Absolutely. But I don't think it's entirely realistic that someone is just gonna come into your house and start yelling at you. It's just so over the top and unrealistic and obviously propaganda. These people out in the world, they'll just accept anything. They'll just accept whatever depravity can come their way, they'll just take it because they're demon possessed and they're servants of Satan. Like, and this kind of stuff just reinforces that idea that there's something wrong with being gay, because this is obviously meant to be like, she's a villain. She's antagonistic. People are gonna walk away from that thinking that that is truly what gay people are. I don't even think she's gay. We don't know. We don't know what her sexuality is. All we know is that she was raised by 2 women. But they're gonna walk away thinking that that's what everyone else is like.
We believe there are standards of right and wrong that we should live by. And God's word says that sex is meant to be between a man and a woman who are married to each other.
Look, I don't mean to be rude, sir, but the world has changed.
Honey, maybe we're being too harsh on gays. Some people just seem to be programmed that way.
Look, I know...
He can't believe she just said that. As the movie progresses, we're going to be shown what is supposed to be the degradation of Gloria's character. Her story arc is that she becomes so attached to the world that she even starts thinking there's nothing wrong with being gay. How dare she? It's just so on the nose, so over the top. This is just straight up propaganda. Like, literally, blatantly, right in front of your face. And then also I have to think that I know that there are people in the organization who are gay, who are lesbian, who are trans, who are being repressed and then constantly told that there's something wrong with them.
We all have free will, and God lets us choose to live by His standards or not. If we go against His standards, we end up hurting ourselves. He just wants what's best for us.
Who would just like wax poetic to people that they've never met? I guess Jehovah's Witnesses. Like, but it's just cringy. Like, why would you sit there and like give this whole spiel to people who just obviously don't care?
Anna, what about you? Do you agree with your father?
Well,
You know, we actually have another project due tomorrow. It's probably best that we get going.
Wait, at least let me walk you guys outside.
It's the end of the world. It's the end of the world because Anna can't stand in front of her friends and say that she hates gay people. She can't stand in front of her friends and say that she thinks it's disgusting. Because deep in her heart, she doesn't. And there's nothing wrong with Anna because she doesn't feel that way. I'm not gonna lie, her friend kind of put her in an awkward position and that was not okay. But seriously, it's like, the way her sister ran out of the room, like, oh my god, she thinks it's fine to be gay, like...
So this is our Anna's association.
They're just kids. Kids talk like they know everything.
Our Anna believes them.
But heaven forbid that your grown child has different opinions than you. This is the worst day of Brian's life, over literally nothing.
I gave you all the receipts, right?
Yep, just got a couple more steps. Joe, your books are clean. I have no more concerns, and amazingly, you're out of debt.
What, did he learn to manage his finances better once he got into the truth? What are they saying here?
Like you've always said, if you do things Jehovah's way, right, He'll help us?
No. Because the inverse of this idea is when you are a person who is doing the most, doing your absolute best for the organization, and then you're still having bad things happen to you. That message communicates that God doesn't love you. If good things aren't happening to you, God doesn't love you. But then they would turn around and say, well, in hard times you should turn to God. Which is it? Because it seems like there are some people that he's favorable towards and then others that he's not. And that's not right and doesn't seem like the fair and perfect God that you paint him out to be.
Hey Brian. Could you stick around for another minute? There's something I need to talk to you about. Look, Brian, I owe you a huge debt of gratitude, man. I was thinking back on when we first started studying. You remember that? I had all sorts of issues with my life, my family, my business, and my whole life was messed up. And one of the things that you always talked to me about was Matthew 6:24. You remember that? No one can serve two masters. You cannot slave for God and for riches.
I'm sorry, Joe. I'm not getting it. What are you trying to say?
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm concerned about you.
About me?
Yes, about you and your family. And I'm not talking about financially, right? I'm talking about spiritually. I mean, you're the one who always taught me never to cave into other people's expectations of me. And now it seems like you're the one who's doing that.
Well, man, what are you talking about, Joe?
Brian, your whole life is changing, man. And not for the better. Look, it's written all over your face.
Listen, you have no idea how much pressure Gloria is putting on me. You don't know what it's like to try to balance two lives, two worlds, and try to make it work.
Every 𝗶𝗲 has had to endure that. That is exactly the life that he is describing. The fact of the matter is that your spirituality doesn't just exist within the confines of a kingdom hall. It should transcend. It should be with you internally. It's just supposed to be woven in between your life, to be there whenever you need it. It doesn't have to be structured in such a strict way. See, that's the thing that I don't understand. How can you say that you have spirituality when all you have is a regiment?
You're right. I don't know what that's like.
So don't tell me about not changing for the better.
Brian, all I know is what you taught me. And what you taught me was good, man. You made me look at myself, my family, my whole situation. And I had to ask myself, do I really know God? Am I truly happy? I mean, what you taught me, Brian, it gave me something new, the new world. It opened that up to me. It gave me and Mary and the kids, it gave us all something to live for, Brian. But now when I look at you, my teacher, my brother, my friend, all I see is an unhappy man. So I thought it'd be a kind thing to help you the way you helped me. Brian, I made those changes in my life, the repairs that you helped me to make. So I just thought you could use a little reminder yourself. Because frankly, you're not the same person that I once knew.
I gotta go.
Thanks for listening.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say about that. But it's just like any diversion, any slight change in your personality, your new personality, and everyone is like, oh my God, what's wrong with you? We got to get you back. I want to help you. I want to help you repair your life and make changes. When literally by any other standard, their family is doing very well. She has a daughter who's in a great intern program. She's a very successful real estate agent. And in case you didn't notice, he was an accountant. He's an accountant. Do accountants not make that much money? Like, he always had a professional job. So what is the problem with her having one? What is the problem with his daughter having one? Oh my God, this made me so mad. This made me so mad. just so much intrusive, invasive questioning by people who don't matter. The emotional manipulation. You're my teacher, you're my friend, and you look so unhappy. Well, maybe Brian is unhappy, but he's unhappy because he's been taught that if he's not doing all of these spiritual things, then his life means nothing. And Joe pretty much said as much when he said, you gave us something to live for. Your life is already something to live for. Building a good life for yourself is something to live for. Hoping that a paradise is coming, that you will actually see that, is not something to live for. This is nuts. It's nuts. And they don't know it, but silently they're communicating just how difficult it would be for you to actually transition your life outside. You're gonna have all of these people investigating you, trying to find out where you are mentally, questioning every move that you make, every decision that you make. Was it made with the organization in mind? Was it sound of mind? Did you make the decision that we wanted you to make? That we feel it's appropriate for you to make? So I don't know, if you were questioning whether or not you want to stay in, and you see this and you recognize like how turbulent it's going to be for everyone around you, the emotional despair that everyone is going to feel, then you might be convinced to stick it out because you don't want to put your loved ones through that stress. You don't want them to worry about you, so you'll fake happy serving an organization that honestly could care less about you, just wants to keep you in a seat and filling out time. I hate it. 0 stars. But that was part 2. So we will get together for part 3. We'll round it out, and I'm thinking that we're going to do a part 4, just going over some of the details that I didn't get to in the blind reaction. Yeah. That was just my thought, just my opinion, just my video. So if you like this video, then you can leave it a like. And if you like me, then you can subscribe to this channel where I will be talking about whatever I want, whenever I want, because this is my channel. And that's what we do here, baby. So subscribe. I will remind you again that I did create a new Instagram, and I also have an email. If you would like to share your experience, you're more than welcome to message me that. We'll talk about, how I can best help you do that. That is again prettyexjwgirl on Instagram and on Gmail and at Gmail. How do you say that? And as always, Chulas, I hope that you are having a beautiful, wonderful, amazing rest of your day. Bye!